Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to welcome you tonight. Doghouse Racing League's Auto Pro Automotive Service Truck League. We're coming to you tonight from Atlanta. My name is Bill. I'm filling in for Daniel tonight, who's going overseas. Alongside me tonight's going to be Jamie. We're going to be bringing you action-packed 102 laps. Um, Looks like it's going to be an exciting race watching this practice going on right now. Um, We'd like to thank y'all for joining us. We hope to give you a great broadcast tonight. We've got the chats open, so please, if you have any questions, comments, fill them in, and we'll try to talk about it as much as we can. Jamie, anything you want to bring up tonight?
Yeah, just sitting watching some of the practice now, and looking like the 95 of Benjamin Kramer's been leading for the last few minutes. So I'm thinking he's going to be one to watch for tonight. And Jonathan Jennings, fresh off his win last week, he's sitting in sixth right now, but I think he's just riding around in practice currently and just filling out the truck. And I think he'll definitely be a factor to watch for at the end of tonight.
Yeah, Jonathan's real good about going where it needs to go, when it needs to go. If he can just avoid those big ones that happen on these super speedways. I know last night we got in practice and we were just trying to fill out how these trucks were going to react on this speedway with this new aero package. And we noticed after a few laps they do get a little wiggly in the back end. So I know Jonathan's pretty good at that. And there's some other drivers out there tonight that we know is going to do a real good job. Um, Matter of fact, I believe we've got Jonathan standing by in the waiting room. You want to go ahead and bring him up and talk to him for a second?
Yeah, let's do that.
All right.
Jonathan, is Jamie and Bill in the booth. You got us?
Yeah, I got you.
So what you thinking about your chances are for this evening?
Very, very slim.
Well, Jonathan, we've been watching you, man. We know you know how to avoid trouble. You know how to pick your places on the track. From last night's practice, when I was with you in that to tonight, are the trucks reacting any different? Or are they still kind of moving around a whole lot on the track?
Yeah, it don't seem like we have the downforce on the back like we did last time we were here, and it gets worse as the run goes because I'm guessing the fuel burn off, the tire wear mixture. But yes, it's probably not going to be no better than Daytona, to be honest. As far as cautions go.
Well, we were talking about that earlier about how many cautions we had at Daytona, and kind of hoping we're going to be able to avoid a whole lot of those issues, especially with net code. Hopefully tonight it won't be as bad. Jamie, you got anything else you want to talk to Jonathan about?
Oh yeah, I just you started last week off with your win, and you got I wouldn't say a nice points lead, but 16 points lead. So is your strategy going to be try to get as many stage points as you can tonight, or what you looking try to get out of tonight, other than a win?
Yeah, I picked up on some things Thursday and Sunday at Daytona that really helped. So I'm gonna try to do that again and see if it works and accumulate as many points as I can. If it don't work, I will.
All right. Well, we wish you luck tonight, and we're gonna let you get back and get ready for qualifying.
All right, man.
Good luck to you, Jonathan.
Thank y'all.
All right. Yeah, that's kind of what we were figuring out there. Jamie was the calls are going to be a handful tonight, and Jonathan, he really doesn't like these super speedways all that much to begin with. He'll always tell you they're not his forte. But anyway, who else we got? I think we're going to pull Josh Cully up tonight, aren't we?
Yeah, let's see if we can dial him up and see what he's thinking about this evening.
All right.
Josh, is Jamie and Bill in the booth. You got us?
Maybe I got you guys.
So you're currently sitting. Let's see. Well, where are you sitting on the board right now? I don't even see your name.
I think somewhere in the top 10, maybe.
Yeah, we'll go with. There you are. You're sitting in 10th currently. So how you feeling about your chances for tonight?
I think get a little bit lucky. I think I might have a chance. If I got a clean car at the end, you got a pretty good chance. So play the draft game and just see where we end up. Try to be smart. Try to be there on the last lap. So that's the whole name of the game.
Yeah.
Well, Josh.
Go ahead.
Oh,
Bill.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead, Jamie. I'll come in behind you.
I was just going to hit on last week at Daytona. This kind of a similar track. So is this your style of track, or are you just ready to get through with the super speedways and move on somewhere else?
I like them all. I mean, the super speedways are fun because anybody has a chance at a super speedway. So that's always fun. And then playing the super speedway games is fun. But yeah, I don't know. Once we get back to the regular ovals, that'll be all right too. So it's nice to have a couple in a row and then take a break from the super speedway stuff.
Definitely.
Yeah, Josh, I've run with you a couple of times, being in loud pedal racing with you. Is your plan tonight kind of what you normally try to do? Hang around, to stay in touch with everything, avoid the big ones, and be at the end. Is that what I'm gathering from you?
Yeah, that's kind of what I like to do. Just hang out and let everybody race hard and race each other and use each other up, and then try to be at the end. You know, it doesn't always work out, but it's fun to try to do that and come from the back. I feel like if I qualify in the mid pack and then I race hard the whole race, and I just, I always kind of end up with the same result. So I like the strategy of just relaxing at the beginning and saving my stuff for the finish if I can make it that far.
Absolutely, yeah. Well, like I said, it's a long race, 102 laps. Looks like it's probably going to be at least a 2-stop race, and everything. But Josh, like I said, I wish you the best of luck, man, and get up there with your teammates, and we'll look forward to maybe seeing you at the end.
I appreciate it. I hope to see you again. Yeah, thanks to you guys, and thanks to Loud Pedal and everything you guys do to make this happen. Like I said, I'm a rookie this year, so I've had fun so far and pretty impressed. So it's been good.
All right, Josh, thank you, man.
Good luck.
Thanks.
Yeah, so it's pretty sad. Sounds like, Jamie, the guys are kind of experiencing the same thing we're experiencing, and like I said, I've raced around Josh enough and Jonathan enough to know that they want to avoid what they need to avoid to be there at the end, and they both have two separate strategies. And I think speaking to you, you could probably agree. One of them likes to be towards the front most of the time to avoid wrecks, and the other one likes to lay to the back. So what are your feelings on that?
So I have kind of mixed feelings. I've tried it both ways, and I have kind of the luck Jonathan does, and it doesn't matter where I'm at. I can somehow find the big one and find myself in trouble. So I just try to find my way to the front and stay in the front. That usually seems to be the safest for me, at least.
That's right. Yeah. So I was kind of going through the stats of this race. And if my calculations are right, Jamie, I was looking at about 46 laps if they're running wide open at the front. They're going to be able to get about 46 laps on a green flag run. If you're back in the pack a little bit, you may be able to save a little bit and everything. But like I said, we were talking to these drivers, the way these trucks get loose. What do you think our chances are of making it to a green flag stop?
Judging by the way last week went, it might be slim. I'm hoping that we can have a little bit better night tonight, and because I do like that added strategy of having to do a green flag pit stop. So hoping we can make it to that. But like you said, the trucks do start getting very loose in the rear, and it's going to be interesting to see how they're able to keep the truck up under them. And if you go all out at the beginning and not lifting any, you're gonna really start eating those tires up. So it's gonna be a fun one to watch. And while we're talking about pit window, like you said, pit window is about 42 to 50 laps. We do have a stage end at lap 26 and lap 51, but we do not throw cautions at the stage end. So, when we start getting close to those laps, you're going to start seeing them probably start racing aggressively and for those stage points, and very likely to bring out a caution.
Yeah, absolutely. As I was sitting down today and kind of thinking about the race tonight, that was one of my biggest things. And for the key to the race is going to be patience. And then I was looking at the stages, and like I said, 26 and 51, that's kind of falling in between your your fuel window there on your runs. And like you said, people are going to be racing as hard as they can because these points are so important for these guys. Every point you can gain in a stage helps you out at the end of the season, and we've seen that before. So that, but like I said, I think that's going to be a big key to this race is patience and who's got it and who's not going to have it.
Yeah, that's for sure. And as we're watching now, Mike Leftwich seems to have really figured something out. In the last season or two of these super speedway tracks, because he's went top of the board in qualifying currently as we speak.
Yeah, we talked to him a little bit last night, and he got in there and he raced with us a little bit, but he also concentrated a whole lot um, on qualifying. And he's always, like you said, on the super speedways, he always finds his way to the front. So he really does figure something. He takes the time to figure out what he needs to figure out to make sure he's got that truck up on the front row.
Yes, sir, he does, and that's he's got a Shoney's teammate in second of Jonathan Jennings, and sixth another teammate of Chris Leftwich, and Christopher Simon as another Shoney's teammate starting eighth. So, do they have strength in numbers with the team? We seen last week at Daytona they did really well working together. So that'll be something to watch out for too.
Yeah, Shoney's racing team there, they've got all four of their team members up inside the top 10. That's going to be key. If they get up there towards the front and they can kind of control both lines there, they can kind of control the race. We practiced last night. I don't know if you feel the same way I did, but I felt like if you got two or three trucks on the outside that were really locked in with each other, that outside line really did work well. How do you feel about that, Jamie?
It did, but I also noticed that if the bottom lane could stay formed up good enough, then it was very hard to actually make the pass on the bottom lane or on the outside passing that bottom lane. So it's going to be fun to watch to see if we can get enough trucks on that outside lane and get good runs formed and be able to make the pass on the bottom lane. So it's how much side drafting is going to be used. Is that going to cause an issue at some point? I mean, it's going to be so many factors that come in to try to get yourself positioned for a good finish for the night.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. We also need to remember too that the truck series with Doghouse, they do give one fast repair. Are you willing to put a little wager on how many we have left by the end of the race tonight?
So we had 3 people with fast repairs remaining last week. I'm gonna say we're gonna have let's say 10 this week. Let's hope we at least have 10 drivers with some fast repairs left.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking about that earlier. I was like, if we can get 5 that have a fast repair left at the end of the night, we're gonna be lucky. I just nothing against any of these drivers. These are all top-notch drivers, but these trucks on this track with this package, they are out of control, and these guys are gonna be racing just as hard as they can. So.
Yes, sir. And as Bill mentioned earlier, we're pulling double duty tonight, so we're going to take just a minute to go to break so he can give the drivers a quick speech, and we will be right back.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back from our little break here. Um, we've got the lineup starting. They're starting to roll off pit road. So starting off in P1, we've got Mike Leftwich. He threw down a good fast lap tonight. Jonathan Jennings and his teammates going to be starting second. Then we have Steve Gerber in third. Carson Burrows in fourth. Eric Anderson is fifth. Benjamin Kramer in sixth. He was real fast during practice. Chris Leftwich. Kevin Brown in P8. Christopher Simon in P9, and our good buddy Tyler Millette from Loud Pedal Racing starting in 10th. Misael Flores. No problem. Yeah, it's a pretty strong field tonight. Like I said, we've got some good racers out here. Um, we're gonna see. We're getting ready to get to some action here. The pace car's pulling off, and Mike's gonna be bringing us down to the green flag. Looks like we had a little small check up there on the inside line, but looks like they're keeping it together right now, Jamie. Yep. Yeah, it looks like the back of the pack. It looks like maybe from 10th on back, they're starting to close back in on the front runners there and everything. So far we've got a good clean lap one. Mike's doing everything he can on that inside line there. Excuse me. But he's pulling Gerber along with him pretty good. Yeah, we noticed also on these trucks, we were talking about how they react and everything. The side draft is nowhere near as dominant as they are on the next gen cars. They're still a little, get a little affected there. But I really think once we get some trucks together, as we got them going three wide back there, it looks like one may have gotten the wall just a little bit. As they start forming up, I think that outside line will start moving forward a little bit better. Absolutely. About halfway back in the field, you see them kind of shuffling around a little bit. And like you said, they're probably trying to find who they want to work with and kind of feel comfortable around and everything. Let's see, it looks like we got Kevin Brown moving up in the number 33 truck. He's coming on to the front a little bit, getting up there behind Jonathan and was that Simon, I think. Yeah, they do. They sure do. Oh, got a wreck. Got a wreck in turn 4. Got a big one there. Yeah, got a big one there. Looks like somebody may have went down on the apron there and lost control, but we'll back that up and check it out. See Jamie getting the replay pulled back up. See what happens here. Absolutely. Yeah. And I got Josh Cully tied up. And like we said, they do have a fast repair, but it's kind of bad. It's terrible that this early on, they're going to have to take the fast repair. Yep, yep. We're going to. They just crossed the line for lap 7. So yeah, that's really early on for a 102 lap race. I think Josh will probably, once he gets his fast repair, knowing him the way I do, I feel like he'll probably stay around the back the rest of the night till it gets time to really get down to it, coming towards the end of the race. That's right. That's right. Yeah, see if we got any takers for pit road. Maybe topping off of fuel, anything. Um, Tires are not really going to be an issue, I don't think. What do you think anybody's got like a tire strategy they're going to work with tonight, Jamie? Yeah, I wasn't quite able to get as many long green flag laps in as you were. I mean, I noticed that my right sides were wearing down, just a tad bit. I mean, after about a 25 to 30 lap run, I was, in the mid 90s on my tire wear on the right side. And there again, I mean, we've got some guys in here that really know how to manage their tires. So I look for some of those guys maybe, on a caution lap, on a caution pit, maybe take some tires. They've got them in the pits. I think we've got 3 sets of tires in the pits tonight, and everything. So we'll see what they choose to do with that. And somebody at the end is probably going to make a Hail Mary and try to get it to the front some way or another, I guess. Yep. Yeah, we've got the father-son combination on the inside line here, so we'll see what they're going to do. Looks like the left. Yep. No, I was just going to say they got a good restart there. The Shoney's team did. They've 3 trucks now. 1, 2, 3. They've been practicing all week for this race. They may have figured something out on working together and how to keep it up there near the front. Yeah, I'm trying to see who that is. He's got back there with him. Okay, so they may. I know last night Flores, he did do some practicing with us, and he may decide to stay back there with Cully, and just kind of hang around the back for a little while and see how things are going to play out. And like we were talking about a little while ago, when they letting off a little bit, you see those checkups forming when they enter the turn. So that's something we're going to have to watch out for tonight. I'm sure the drivers are very aware of it, and that's why they're giving themselves a little bit of space there. Yeah, absolutely. Let's ride on with Eric there and see what he's got going on. Riding behind Steve Gerber there on the outside line. Like Chris may have jumped out there for a minute. I think he probably did that. He got a little bit too close to Mike. Decided instead of punting him, he would move up a little bit. Yeah, that's a real good, interesting shot there. You know, you see how that steering wheel, even going down the straightaways, they're working those wheels back and forth. That draft really does work you. These things are a handful. It looked like Gary Mijo was down 2 laps. I think he must have got involved in that accident earlier, I guess. Yeah, he's a smart driver. He's had some bad luck here recently with his connection, having some connection issues in some races we've had, and he's dropped out. But I hope tonight he's got that fixed, and he'll be able to bring that 93 truck home in a good position. Yeah, yeah. You can see it's like a checkup. Every time they get to a turn, he closes in on Ingham's truck real fast. I don't think anybody came in really other than some damaged vehicles in that first caution. So let's see, we're 16 laps in, and this is about the time when you start feeling that truck change, how it handles. Me recollecting from last night, you around lap 15, 16, you start feeling the fuel loads coming off, the back end starts dancing around a little bit, and it really becomes a handful. Yep, you're exactly right. Like I said, they've really got to work together. They have figured something out. You know, they brought Jonathan in this year on their team, and you know, I've seen a big difference in how their racing is. I'm not attributing it all to Jonathan I'm by any means, but I think they are working to be a cohesive team, and like I say, all year long so far, they have been working well together, and everything. So, you know, I give it to those guys. They put into practice, they put into work, and that's what you need to do in order to be have a good winning truck or good strong finishes at the end of these races. So we got a good tight pack with top 8 trucks, pretty much side by side, and then we get a little gap, half a truck length on the inside and a full truck length on the outside, and everybody's kind of minding the P's and Q's towards the rear there. Yes, they have. And like I said, we saw that last night, but like I said, we also saw that the longer that run goes on, those trucks start to dance a little bit, and being side by side in close quarters can become dangerous. Yes, it is. We've got the third. Yes, sir. Yep. Yeah, I was looking at that outside line. You've got Gerber, you've got Eric Anderson, then you followed by Kevin Brown, and Tyler Millette. All these guys, they want to get as many points as they can. I mean, like I said, we talked earlier, these stage points can be the difference in a championship, but not a championship. Yeah, look like we got one that just went 3 wide. Look like Engel may have lost his truck a little bit, and he had to go across the. Got one getting turned. Got a wreck coming out of turn 2 there. Big one looked like collected 5, 6, 7, maybe 7 trucks there. Yep. And that may be the end of his night there. We'll just have to wait and see what the damage is going to be. Yeah, I heard Engel come across the radio, and he was calling responsibility for that. But like you said, I think DeMont just got loose on his own there, which caused Engel to get into the back of him there. Like I was saying right before that caution came out, Engel got a little loose coming out of turn 4, and he had to cut the try over there and got right back in front of Kevin Powell there. But then, like I said, he got put 3 wide. So, that's right. That's right. And poor, like I said, we were talking about old poor Josh Cully. He had to use his on that lap 5, lap 6 caution we had. So he has no more to use there. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I can talk to you about Auto Pros. I know them pretty good. Matter of fact, they sponsor all 3 of my cars. Um, Auto Pros is a all make model service center. They specialize in transmission work, but like I said, they do all general types of mechanic work. They have ASE certified mechanics standing by, waiting for you in your time of need. If you're ever in the Piedmont area of North Carolina, Triangle, give us a call if you have any trouble. We can get you to our shop. We can get you taken care of. We have all the best tools and equipment that all these high dollar tool brands offer. Um, we do great diagnostic work. So if you ever in need, please give us a holler at 336-322-3230 and tell them Bill sent you. Yeah, that I know that was definitely talked about pre-race. They changed how we enter pit road here at Atlanta. You now have to enter in coming off of turn 3, going into turn 3, and those guys, have to maintain their position under caution, going all the way around there. And being that it's shorter, if you're not careful, you'll pass that car in front of you. You'll get a black flag. Tyler Millette's in 6th place, Christopher Simon 7th, Jonathan Smith in 8th, Kevin Powell in 9th, and Carson Burrows rounds out your top 10. Yep, they got another good. Mike got another good start there, and got his son Christopher right behind him, and Jonathan Jennings is in 3rd. They really have been working that real good tonight on those restarts and maintaining those positions. Yeah, I see him going down pit road now. Yep. Yeah, that's right. Looks like Dumontson hit the wall again. He maintained control of it though. Yes, he is. Well, did he start 16th tonight? Is that where he started at, Jamie? Yep. Yeah, I'm glad to see Kevin up here. He, like I said, he's had some bad luck with connection issues lately. I'm glad to see he's up here and being competitive. He's moved into 4th position now. Yep. We talk about a father and son duo out there. We've got 2 brothers out there. We've got Kevin Powell and Jonathan Jennings. They're actually brothers. So it's good to see them up there side by side, putting on a good show. That's right. They do. They do. But if you've ever been in a private chat with them, they've also been so competitive with each other back in the years when they're doing the go-kart racing and things that they would actually wreck each other for a win. So that's always been some good conversation. We got Kevin Brown back up there. Tyler Millette still up there. They're fighting hard. Excuse me. The 106 in 13 for Chad Waller, but it's showing as the 166. Yeah, they seem to have that thing lined up pretty tight there on the bottom line. So well, like we've got one truck right now that's in the pits of Mizael Flores. He must have sustained some damage, and he must have already used his quick repair. That early caution. Okay, so yeah, he's still getting fixed. Number 95 gets a DNF. So he won't be finishing tonight. Yep. A whole lot of racing to go. I tell you, Jamie, you know, we've been racing with Eric Anderson for a long time, and you know, in that 43 truck, you know, he always seems to get up there at the front, and he runs a good, clean race. You know, I'm kind of proud of him. He does a good job, you know, week in and week out. You know, every once in a while he gets tied up in something, but very seldom do you ever hear Eric Anderson is the cause of anything. Yeah, it's good to see those guys. Like most of these guys, I would say probably when you think about 80% of the field has been in Doghouse Racing League for more than 2 seasons now. Some have been here since the inception of Doghouse. And this league has really grown. What the admins have done with Daniel Wilkerson, he dedicates a whole lot of time to this, a whole lot of his own money and everything. And this league has really turned into something amazing. I enjoy being a part of it week in and week out. And like I said, it's a lot of great drivers here that I will put up against some of these Coca-Cola drivers in iRacing. So it's very competitive out here. Yeah, absolutely. You come in, Daniel can accept you, or one of the admins can accept you in, give you the rules to go through. Start you off on one of these lower, like the truck or the next gen cars. Not the next gen. I'm sorry, the Gen 4 cars. The next gen cars, we're actually doing a charter system this year, where we've got teams that have bought charters. 36 drivers have charters, and then the rest of the field, up to 41 cars, have to race their way in for each race. And we've actually had 41 cars for each one of our races in the next gen series, which has been a great turnout and some great races. Yeah, I hear a little talking. Jeff Rank was talking to the leaders there and communicating that he's going to be getting down low for the pack to go around, which is a nice move for him, not to cause any issues for this pack here. Yeah, these guys will start adjusting to that driving style now. You'll see them; they'll kind of get a little bit wider from each other when these trucks start dancing around. And like I said, that just goes to the abilities of a lot of these drivers. They realize what the truck is doing, what they need to do to correct the issue, and they'll get away from each other a little bit. So I give it to them. There's some great drivers out here. Yeah, I was noticing that. And I think Gary's 2 laps down. I think from that earlier caution, that first caution we had this evening. So he's fighting to stay in there, and maybe get that lucky dog position and get some laps back. Good. Yep. Looks like, yes, it is. Looks like that Shoney's team still holding on pretty good to that bottom line. They're being the leaders of the pack here. Absolutely. I know. Yeah, he seems to be kind of sitting right, hovering around the top 5, top 6 all night long. He's checking things out, and I think he's going to make some moves when he needs to make them. We're at lap 45. The next stage ending is coming up here in just a few minutes. Lap 51. So you're going to see these guys get a little racer here, trying to get those stage points. I hope so, man. It'd be great. We've had so many races in our league that go caution free. And we get spoiled of that, and then we get to down here some, and we get these caution field races, and I know these drivers don't like them. and everything. And I know it's kind of bad for the broadcast as well. But like I said, these guys are doing the best they can. They're racing hard. This is a fixed series. Remind everybody. So the driver has to adjust his driving to what the truck is set up for. It's not like in the next gen series where we have an open setup where we can adjust the car to our driving style. So these guys do a great job adjusting their driving style to the truck itself. Yeah. Yeah, Kevin, like I said, he's hanging around that top 10 there, keeping himself in that position where he can get him some stage points. And I tell you, look at him at the end, because he knows how to put his truck where he needs to finish in a good position. If he can avoid, a big one and everything, he's a clean driver. Very seldom has he ever caused any problems. But just like I say, keep your eye on him. He's a great driver. He'll put it where he needs to put it. Oh, yeah, and Kevin tried his best to back off of him. Yeah, Kevin just came across the radio and he was apologizing to Eric about that. Eric, yeah, Eric said he was getting loose and he was checking up, and they were running so close together. It's just, those types of things happen on these trucks. I was thinking last night after our practice, anybody that used to play the old-fashioned air hockey, how that puck used to float across the table when you're playing air hockey, that's exactly what these trucks feel like. Once you start getting some of that fuel off of them, it just feels like the back of the truck just lifts up off the ground, and you're just along for the ride. Yeah, they're trying to. So we got father son both have won a stage so far. The way it's looking, some of these other guys don't do something. Looks like Shoney's gonna walk away with this thing tonight. Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, I was watching when these guys were coming into pit stay the first time, and Chris just cut down. He's gonna go in the pit road. Johnson's behind him, so everybody seems like they're coming in. I was saying this a minute ago, right after that wreck happened, we had a gaggle of cars there at the entry to pit road. There, they were trying to work that out as to what they were going to do there, but they finally got it all worked out. See how this is all going to play out, guy.
And I apologize. I've just been informed that you haven't been able to hear me the whole time, so I apologize having some mic issues this evening. But I believe we got it all figured out now.
Oh, so you just been talking to me all night, huh?
Yep. I mean, that's the only person that matters, right? You're the one that wants to hear me.
Well, that's, Jamie, that's all that matters. You're exactly right. I get tricked into coming up here and being with you tonight, and then you're not even doing your job.
Yeah, I had some issues earlier with it when we first got in and swapped back to my headset, and apparently I'm still having issues. So hopefully we got it all figured out now, and we're going to be ready here for the start of this, or restart rather.
Yeah, it looks like Steve Gerber took over the first position with with Tyler Millette in second, Mark Dumont third. Kevin Powell's going to maintain his position in fourth. I've been listening to admin there. They're deeming that as just a racing incident. No one in particular, and at fault for that. So everybody's going to hold their positions where they were. Josh Culley's done worked his way up to sixth there after being involved in both the earlier accidents, which is a great move on him.
Yeah, I was thinking earlier he didn't get too much damage out of that last one, so it looked like he was going to be, good to go to continue on. And now that he's moved his way to the front, looks like we had a single file restart, maybe.
Well, I think they had so many trucks that went down pit road and everything. They did a.
No, you just wanted to confuse me because I couldn't figure out my mic. That's what it is. I see what's going on now. But as we got everything working out, we got Tyler Millette, Kevin Powell, and Josh Culley going to get a good run coming off the high side, coming out of 4. And look like you're going to have a new race leader of Tyler Millette. Bottom lane, Steve Gerber's going to fight back hard on that inside.
So what I'm understanding is a bunch of guys got a black flag on this restart. Looks like the Shoney's team, all of them toted a black flag coming in to pits. They said they pitted too early, entered a closed pit, so they all have a pass-through penalty.
Hate to see that. That's really going to change this race a lot.
Yes, it is. Like I say, they should be able to maintain. If it's a drive-through, they should be able to maintain being on the lead lap. The 4 of those trucks stay together, they should be able to run some good lap times around. And I'm sure we're not done seeing cautions tonight. Tyler Millette's fighting hard on that outside. Oh, they've got a hold penalty, so they'll all be going a lap down.
Yeah, they are already 1 lap down, so they might end up losing 2 laps here at this track.
Yeah, they're going to end up losing 2. This track is only a little over a mile and a half long, and it's a fast one. I hate to see it get played out like that.
Yeah, that's definitely not how you want to see a race go, but
let me do some investigating and see if I can figure out. I'm going to talk to admin on type him out a message here and see if I can figure out exactly what happened.
Yeah, let's why don't we just go to break for just a moment and see if we can figure out, and we'll report back to you in just a minute.
That sounds.
All right, I'm going to the bathroom real quick.
All right, we're back live now, Jamie. Yeah, so I talked to race control there, and what happened was on the first the Shoney's cars, they did not pit on the first time passing on the first lap of caution. So they went around on the second lap of caution, and we're gonna come in and top off. Well, iRacing's ruling is, if this is iRacing rule, not a league rule, if you don't pit on the first stop and you pit on the second stop and you are a lead lap car, you get penalized. They all had to come down and had a 40-second hold. So that's kind of a harsh penalty there. But that's the reason that we're now looking at Shoney's trucks being 2 laps down. Yeah, I know 3 of them are going. I know 3 of those guys are going to race this as hard as they possibly race to stay up on the front to keep one of their laps and everything, and they're going to race this as hard as they can to get back on the lead lap here. As you see, Jonathan pushing Chris now out in front of that pack. He's really pushing as hard as he can.
Yeah, so.
And you look at the resilience of these trucks and these drivers. The number 43 truck brought the caution out, and look at him up there leading it.
Yeah, but I'm sure he'd tell you that's not how he wanted to get the lead. But hey, that's sometimes how it plays, especially these super speedways. If luck matters at a track, I would say a super speedway is one of them.
You're exactly right. Looks like Gary Mijo, he got one of his laps back. He's currently running in the 9th position. That's a good run for Gary Mijo.
Yeah, it shows he's actually on the lead lap now, so he's back.
Okay, yep. He actually
I'm sorry,
he's ahead.
Barely.
He's ahead of. Mm-hmm. He's getting it back the old-fashioned way.
Yeah, and the Shoney's drivers straight ahead are fighting as hard as they can to stay from going 3 laps down. So.
Yep, that's right. Yeah, when you're sitting on pit road for 40 seconds, that in time, out time, and then that 40-second penalty, it does not take long at all. As we see Dumont there, he got into the wall again. He's holding on to it. He's gotten into the wall. Got another one turn around, head on into the wall in turn 3. And we're going to see if that's going to be a caution. He may get it cleared off before they get back around.
Let's see if we can see what happened. That's going to be the 27 of Flores. See if we can get his in car or his cam and see what happened.
Yeah, what I was looking at there, it looked like maybe Dumont got a little loose. He got into the wall there, and Flores went low, trying to just give him room. And he got down that apron, and he got loose and cut up the track and head on into the wall. Those guys did a good job.
Yeah, that could have been bad.
Yeah, and I think Flores, like I said, I think he just lost it down on the apron down there, and it got loose with him. But he was able to get it off the track. We were able to keep going on the green.
That's allowed right now, the 33 of Kevin Brown to take over your first position.
I know Kevin Brown, he's a happy man right now riding up in that first position.
Yeah, we've seen in the past, you know, he does good at these tracks. He's super aggressive, so he will make moves to hold that position and keep it. So we'll see how this race plays out. The Shoney's drivers directly ahead of him. They're just trying to stay on the lead lap, or stay from going 3 laps down, rather.
You're exactly right. OK Brown, he's got that beard bud in his mustache, and he's got that thing going tonight. He's old whisker biscuit shiny.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does.
I can hear him now talking to us, Jamie.
Yep.
He's going to ask us a question after the race is over with.
He is, and it's probably going to be more than one. He's going to
Yeah,
look underneath of the one of Carson Burrows and thought better of it. I think he's just kind of riding right now. I think he's, trying to, in a sense,
yeah,
help out these cars ahead. Not because if he wanted to, he could probably jump to the outside and try to put them that third lap down. But I think he's just trying to ride and help them out some as well.
yeah. And also, him riding that position, he doesn't have a whole lot of pressure. I think Kevin Powell's behind him. They're just kind of riding up there. They can actually save a little fuel if they need to. I don't know what they took on their pit stops. If they were going to be able to make it up the rest of the way without stopping again.
Yeah, I think that would be close. So we've got a little under 40 laps to go now, so I think he's going to have to do a lot of saving and not have to pit again, but this is his best option is to, stay behind them and where you can ride probably close to half throttle and just save at the moment.
Yeah, every little bit of fuel you can save on the green. If you have to come in and pit, that's less you have to put in to finish the race out. So, it can shorten his time up on pit road as well. And he's running the trackside scheme. It's one of our associate sponsors for our league. So check them out.
Yeah, we'll take a quick minute to name off some of our sponsors. So we've got SSR Designs, TMP, Shoney's Trackside, Auto Pros, which is our series sponsor, and Group 6. So thank you to all our sponsors for everything they do for us to support the league.
Absolutely, man. As I was talking earlier about Daniel, with this league and everything that he started, a lot of the money came out of his pocket, for the first couple of years on this thing, and he's put together some good, strong sponsorship. We've got guys in businesses that really want to jump on. They think highly of the league. And they've provided a lot of funds for us to be able to operate and now start our own broadcast booth, Doghouse Racing TV, on YouTube. So, like I said, this league is growing.
You see Gary Armijo get a little loose there coming out of turn 2. Gathered it up and going to keep it going straight. But you're absolutely right. Sorry to interrupt, but Daniel's definitely done a great job with the league, and I'm super excited to see it grow and see what good things we can do this year and beyond.
That's exactly right. Looks like we got Kevin Powell's now moved up into the lead, and Kevin Brown's right behind him there. I think Kevin got a little loose and opened up that door on the bottom side, and Kevin kind of snuck in through it there. But so they're just riding 1 and 2 right now behind these lap down cars.
Yeah, I've noticed we've pretty much single filed out throughout the whole field at this point, so I think everybody's finally got content. We're just going to ride, and we won't make our push forward until probably closer to the end of this race.
Yeah, they've all the stage points have been won except for the finish here now, so they're just trying to make it to the finish, and can't do that running side by side with the way these trucks get to handling. So I think you're right. They're just gonna kind of mellow out a little bit, ride where they are, tick down the laps, and business will start picking up here shortly.
Yeah, and we just seen them put the 27 of Flores, his 25th lap down. So I hate to see that for him tonight, but you give him props. He hasn't quit. He's still out here riding, and if he's new, then this is a great opportunity to get some seat time and get used to the truck and how it feels.
That's right. Like I said, we've been talking about points all night long, and every point is important. But we also, the league does offer, I think, was it 2 drop races in the truck series across?
3 in the truck series.
All right, so 3 drop races. So you can take 3 of your worst finishes and just drop those out, and you don't have to worry about those affecting your points rate. So he's still riding around out there. He's gathering every point he can, because you never know when you might have that race where you don't get to finish, or you might not even get to show up that week. So I do give him props for finishing out. He's just riding around at the back of the field. Doesn't look like he's gonna cause anybody any problems. He's just doing what he can for his race team to get as many points as he can.
And then nice rebound by Josh Cully, still up there in that third position. He's now tied with Kevin Powell with the biggest mover of the night, both up 15 positions. So good to see him with his recovery.
Yeah, exactly. He said early in the night, he wanted to ride around the back and stay out of trouble as much as he could. And he got caught up in both those cautions, early cautions. But like I said, he's a smart driver. He knows how to put it where he needs to put it to get a good finish. So yeah, we look to maybe see him have a good strong finish tonight.
See Steve Gerber on that outside lane. He's been in the front the whole night, so looks like he's kind of having the same strategy he had last week at Daytona. Just try to hang out in the front and be there at the end. He's starting to try to get that outside lane working.
Yeah, that's right. I don't believe he has a teammate in this league. So he's always been a pretty fair driver. I don't think he's a veteran of the league. So pretty much everybody in this race knows who he is, and I think when push comes to shove, they're going to work with him if they need to.
Yeah, see Gary Armijo getting a little bit loose again.
Yeah, he pushed up the track just a little bit there.
Yeah, handling looks to be starting to go away again. That's going to make these last 17 laps a fun one to watch with these drivers as we close out this race.
Saw Kevin Powell. He moved.
Sorry.
You saw Kevin Powell. He moved up high. I don't know if he broke loose or what happened.
It looked like he was planning to go around the 33 of Kevin Brown there, but Gary Armijo decided he was going to try to take him 3 wide and then kind of pushed him up some, and that kind of killed that run for him, so he have to regroup and try again. It was like Kevin Brown's crew chiefs told him, we're good to go on fuel. It's time to make a move and start trying to get around these lap cars.
Yeah, so we got him and Kevin Powell moving up to the top side, and like I say, we got Gary Armijo, which is I think still 1 lap down here, but he's in the position, I think, to, if we have a caution, to get that lucky dog and get back on the lead lap.
Yeah, and if I'm Kevin Brown, honestly, so I would have noticed that they started trying to form that lane on the high side. So what's the best, strategy I can come up with? Well, let's put it 2 wide here and kill that momentum of the run they were building up. And if I keep us 2 by 2, it's going to be hard to get a run and get around me. So I'm going to just ride beside these lap cars here and maybe try to pull it off by blocking everybody in.
Yeah, absolutely, because your first 4 cars on the inside there, they are 2 laps down, to the leaders. Now, getting ready to go 3 laps down when he gets up beside them. So, that is a good strategy. You got Kevin Powell behind you, so, I mean, that's a good combination there for a good victory.
Setting up for potential have to take it 3 wide to get around him, and that could equal disaster though late in this race. Coming down to 12 laps to go. Let's see what Kevin Powell was thinking here.
Yeah, I'm thinking to myself, I'm going to take it 3 wide. I'm probably going to do it on the back stretch. It's going to be the safest place for me to do it. This track does get narrow going through the turns, and especially going into the quad over there. The way that quad oval is, you 3 wide through there, somebody's definitely going to get put in a bad position.
Yeah, you can do it. It's challenging, and we've seen time and time again, in races we've been in or watching, that you get 3 wide there, and a lot of times it doesn't work out on the front stretch.
Absolutely. I was having that trouble last night coming off of 4 with that truck being as light as it is, especially being 2 wide was bad enough. But if we were 3 wide coming into the quad oval, it definitely upset the handling of the truck a lot. So Kevin Powell is all over Kevin Brown right now, pushing him just as hard as he can push him.
Yeah, and that's going to be his best tactic at the moment is try to push him by these lap cars. That way he can, if I can get myself cleared, I'm going to dive down in front of him. That'd be, it's not going to be his brother. That's going to be Chris, but I know Chris will push me. So if I can just clear them and get down under Kevin Brown, then that might be my best shot to pull off this win.
Yeah, that's right. You're exactly right.
And Shoney's drivers confuse me. Their trucks all look the same. A little bit different.
Yeah, you definitely got to see the numbers on the side to know which one we're talking about.
Kevin Powell has about got Kevin Brown pushed up to even with the 13.
Yes, he has. He's working it. Kevin Powell wants this win. Do not think he doesn't. If he's going to do everything he can to put himself in that position, to where when it comes down to the last few laps, he can take that lead. But he's pushing this as hard as he can on Kevin Brown right now. And if you got somebody, if there's somebody you want behind you, Kevin Powell's one you want behind you. He knows how to push you. I've worked with him in a bunch of super speedway races. And he gives good pushes.
All right, Whisker Biscuit, as you call him, Kevin Brown is making his way out of turn 2. Kevin Powell is going to give him a nice push going down this back stretch.
Yeah, you can see how he just moves right up beside Jonathan Jennings there with that little nudge.
Yeah, if I'm Kevin Brown, I'm trying to slow the line up a little bit, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I kind of want to maintain where I am right now, because at this point, somebody's going to have to take it 3 wide to get around me.
Yeah, the whole inside line is lap down truck, so.
That's right. That's right. So, I think Kevin Brown is thinking about that, and Kevin Powell is being very smart, and he's testing the waters right now. He's seeing what he needs to do.
Yeah, with that gap on the bottom lane right now, this might be his best opportunity to get Kevin Brown shoved out in turn 1 and dive down. He thought about it. He looked not quite clear though.
Yep. Well, I just heard over the radio, those lap down trucks are going to back off just a little bit and let these lead trucks go up so they can all battle it out to the finish.
Here they go. Oh,
that
was a good save.
Good save.
Sorry.
Good save. Yes, that was almost a disaster. It sure was. That allowed these 3 trucks right here to break out into a race of their own right now.
The next 3 is going to get that toe off that draft, and they're going to have a big run coming. Kevin Brown going to have to throw a block.
Looks like they've moved Jeffrey. They moved Color to the outside there. Josh Color to the outside. He fell back in behind Gerber. And I heard him say over the radio. He holds them up, so he fell in behind them. That was a planned move.
Kevin Powell was looking on the outside of Kevin Brown.
Yes. They are neck and neck right now. It's going to come down to who gets the best push here at the end.
Yeah, right now, Eric Anderson not quite close enough to the back of Kevin Brown. Kevin Powell's thinking, do I dive down to the bottom or I stay on the high side? He's going to stay high for now.
Kevin Brown is not going to give any room to those guys up there, I can tell you.
Nope. If we can make it to the white flag, this is going to be it. There won't be any chance for a caution. They're going to race it out.
Coming to it now. This is going to be a great finish. This is going to be an awesome finish, guys.
A little wobble out of Kevin Powell.
Who's going to get the best push coming out of turn 3 and 4? This is what it's going to boil down to.
Yeah,
Right now, we're edging forward on Kevin Powell.
that bottom lane is going to get a good run with this line or this run coming out. Eric Anderson's not able to get close enough to Kevin Brown's bumper.
Oh, this is going to be a
Oh,
close finish. Oh, it
Kevin
came down to
Powell.
the wire. Kevin Powell wins it. Then they have a big little wreck there at the end, but they raced it out as hard as they could race it out there, Jamie.
They did, and that was a good finish there.
It was.
That bottom lane just wasn't able to form up quite good enough coming out of turn 4 there to give Kevin Brown the run he needed. But awesome win by Kevin Powell.
Yeah, I heard over the radio earlier that the 43 truck had some nose damage, and that probably hindered him from getting up there and pushing the way he needed to push and everything. So, but yeah, Kevin Powell, we congratulate him. He ran a good, clean race, got to the front where he needed to be when he needed to be there.
Yes, he did. You don't have to win or lead every lap. You just got to lead the last one.
Exactly right. Exactly right. That's the one that matters.
Let's send it over to break for just a second while we get ready to switch over to our post-race show.
All right, sounds good.
Man, I'm surprised. Dude, I do not like plate racing. I think we all know that.
Yeah, we absolutely we were talking about it that we know Jonathan doesn't like plate racing. I've heard you say it before, but I was all we were also talking about you always know how to put yourself where you need to put yourself. It's just getting caught up in that big one sometimes. So, what was your plan tonight, Kevin?
Man, my plan was just to really ride 102 laps. I wanted to ride 70 of them and just get a feel for the track, how it handled on old tires, new tires, and yeah, man, that's what I did. And luckily, I caught myself running up front, and I was like, well, maybe we can go win this thing. And there at the end, we we were trying to save fuel because I think we were a little short. We probably saved a little too much fuel, and I seen Gerber and them starting to get runs on the high side, so I jumped out, and because I knew if they got hooked up, they were going to be pretty fast and hard to get back around. So I jumped up high, and yeah, man, it just played out. No, I wasn't worried about that. Honestly, that's when we were kind of like a little low on fuel, man. I think we were maybe half a lap low, and um, I kind of wanted to ride behind the lap cars for a few laps, just so we're not full throttle. And then, I ended up riding there a little too long, I think.
Well, it definitely worked out for you. I think whatever plan you had, it worked out in your favor. We were glad it finished under green. It was going to be an exciting finish, and y'all definitely made it a great one. So, how did that truck handle on the long run there? You were saying you were running down to the very end on the gas. Did it feel real light to you?
Oh yeah, it was real light. I was having to lift it getting into the corners, and you'd start to feel the tail end come around. It was weird because the rear would come around, but the front would want to shove, and it was I was actually dragging the brake a little bit getting into when I was on the top line. I would drag my brake a little bit just because I was afraid the front was gonna shove up into the wall a little bit.
Yeah, we could definitely tell. Y'all were having to change your driving style a little bit there. Well, Kevin, like I said, man, congratulations on a good, strong finish. I'm glad you didn't have any connection issues tonight. I know the last couple of races we've had with the league, you've had some connection issues, and I'm glad everything worked out for you tonight.
Oh yeah, man, I was worried about that. And honestly, around lap 90 going into turn 3, it stuttered on me a little bit, and I was like, "Here we go, I'm about to wreck the whole field." But it wasn't as bad. It came back but did you ask me about my shout outs? I can't remember.
No, I was going to go to that
Oh,
next.
okay. Sorry, I got a
Overachiever.
text. No, I got a text message, man, and I just forgot all the questions.
Well, we'll use this as your opportunity to give you shout outs. How about you go ahead?
Yeah, I want to shout out you guys for the broadcast y'all do each week, man. It's really coming along good, and you know, I am very happy with it. It gets better every week. I want to give a shout out to all our sponsors. Man, we have a good bit. I can't think of all the names right now, but every sponsor that goes a long way, and we are really thankful for them in this league. Shout out to all the admins and what they do, what you guys do, everything, man. I always say this is one of the best leagues on the platform, so you know we work hard to keep it that way. Shout out to all my teammates, um, all the guys we practice with, and everyone at home watching.
All righty. Well,
Oh,
congratulations again. Oh, go ahead.
I do want to say, man, the guys that when they pit under caution, man, I know that feeling. That happened to me a few weeks ago, and that's just a horrible feeling. You feel doomed. So
Yeah, we
I
had
know.
we had to go to break for a minute trying to figure out what exactly happened.
Yeah,
Yeah, that definitely changed the whole the dynamics of the race there. You took some good fast cars there out of the contention for the win.
oh yeah.
So you
Even with
had.
them being laps down, they were still tough to
Oh yeah,
tough to pass.
they were absolutely fighting as hard as they could to keep them going 3 laps down. So yeah, they fought hard for sure. But anyway, congratulations to you, Kevin, on your win there, bud. I know it means a lot to you. And from one admin to another, thank you for everything you do for the league as well.
Yeah, thank
I
you.
appreciate it, man. Thank you guys.
All right, buddy.
First place finisher Kevin Powell. Let's bring up your second place finisher of Kevin Brown. Kevin, you almost pulled it off. What more did you need tonight, man?
A little bit of more drafting help and a better handling truck at the end. My front tires were shot, and then the rear tires were like trying to go around.
Yeah, tell us about that. How was the? We were watching. It looked like about middle ways of a run. The truck started getting ill handling. So how was that tonight?
It was really weird. Because unlike last night's practice where it was just the rear end wanting to come around, it was the front end was just tight. As soon as you got behind another truck, even 0.2 or 0.3 seconds behind them, it was just wanting to plow. I was actually off the gas going into the corner just so I wouldn't plow up.
Yeah, that
No.
Kevin talked about that as well. He was talking about how the truck was loose in the back and felt like it was tight in the front, and he said he was actually dragging his brakes a little bit to make sure he didn't wash up.
Yeah.
We were watching you there, Kevin, when you took the lead over, and you were right there with those lap down trucks. We were thinking you were maybe using them as a crutch there a little bit, you know, keep those cars behind you that were racing you for position. Was that your plan, or what were you doing at that moment?
No, it wasn't really my plan. My plan was to just try to save as much fuel as I can because I was only a half a lap to the good, you know. And by chance we do have a late caution, I wasn't gonna have to make it. But now it's just a matter of trying to save fuel.
I got
I know Kevin was in the same boat. So, but problem is, if I get too much of a run out there, they're just gonna freight train me later. So, you know,
That's right.
try to keep the separation as minimum as possible. So,
Yeah, I mean, we were watching. You did a great job. I think, you know, like you said, you had a truck with some damage behind you that wasn't able to get up and push you like you needed. If you could have had that, it would have been, if it wasn't already close enough coming to the finish, it'd have been even closer. So,
yeah, it's just that outside was just, you know, coming off a 4 is just too strong with these trucks. You're losing, you know, coming out of 4 and trying to keep it down. You're just pinching the front end so much that you can't just go. It has that like half second of just go, and then it just goes, okay, I'm gonna go. So the high line, I much prefer the high line than the low line, but you know, I figured they're gonna jump out. I tried it. I was thinking about it, but I didn't want to cause a big one. It wasn't worth it, especially after last week. Let's finish this one under green.
Well, you definitely ran a good smart race there, Kevin. You stayed up front where you needed to be. You avoided accidents how you needed to. I think you might have got caught up one time in a little bump up there. But you ran a good clean race. You put your truck where you needed to at the end. It's a good strong finish for that number 33 trackside NASCAR outlet truck.
Well, thanks. Real quick, what happened to Jonathan and them? Because I noticed they were up front, and then all of a sudden after that caution, they got caught a lap down. Any word on what happened to them?
Yeah, so that was that dreadful. You didn't pit on the first go around when you're a lead car, and you come in and pit on the second go around, and iRacing decides to give a 40-second hold penalty for that. So that put those guys, you know, 2 laps down, almost 3 laps down. They fought hard to keep y'all from getting them 3 laps down there at the end.
Okay, I gotcha. I'm sorry to hear that one for them because I would rather much race, you know, everybody than just a handful of cars at the end. But I got to give them props for stepping aside with what was it, 2 to 3 laps to go? They just let everybody go.
Yeah, that was a classy move by that team for sure. All those guys, you know, I hate to see it. We were talking about it. You know, that changed the whole dynamics of the race with that penalty there. But like I said, we'll move on from these super speedways now. We're going to be going to some more of the tracks that I know that team is good at. They've definitely got some wins in them, I'm sure, and everything. So, Kevin, you got anybody you want to give a shout out to tonight?
Yeah, I gotta give a shout out to Trackside NASCAR Outlet for the sponsorship, not only for the league but for the Gen 4 car, but the associate sponsor and then the sponsor for my truck. Gotta give you guys a shout out for the broadcast. I kind of was trying to cheat and listen to the broadcast during the race. It didn't work out that well though.
Yeah.
Gotta get it. You know, you gotta kind of get any advantage you can. But no, I gotta give a shout out to the admins for the great work that they do. I know it's not easy.
All right. Well, that's
congratulations.
Yeah, and as Bill would call you, Kevin Whisker Biscuit Brown.
Oh, I just want to know one thing, Bill. How many times did you call me Whisker Biscuit tonight?
I just did it one time tonight. I told him you had your beard butt. When you went to the lead, I said you had your beard butt in your mustache. Your old Whisker Biscuit was in the wind.
Yeah, and how long was it for before Jamie talked again?
Well, he got a couple of giggles in, but you know.
Yeah, I figured you can't keep Jamie quiet for long, unfortunately.
All right, well, that's going to be
Yeah.
Kevin Brown, your second place finisher. Congratulations again, and we're going to let you get back to finishing off your evening now.
Thanks, guys, very much.
Yes, sir. Have a good
Can't
night.
wait to go back to YouTube.
Well, Jamie, like I say, good hard race there. I'm glad it finished under green, and it was a good close finish. I really am glad for that. So
Yes, sir. And next week we move to Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Think that'll set up for a nice change of scenery from the super speedways for everybody, and it never fails to provide some good racing there at Las Vegas. So I'll be excited to see what everybody can bring next week there.
absolutely. So now we've got Jonathan Jennings has won a race and Kevin Powell's won a race. So 2 races, 2 separate winners. This season's going to be a good one. Y'all stick around and keep in touch with us now.
Yes, sir. And from Bill Gentry and Jamie Horn in the booth, we want to thank you for watching tonight at Atlanta Motor Speedway, and we'll see you next week.